we just had some pizza, and we're in Suwon, my daughter and I. And I've been here before, and I've had it, but I didn't film it. I just took it home, and I enjoyed it with a couple of friends. But we are in this place called Haengungdong. What's it called? It says over there, Haengungyeonga. And I was reading the pamphlet, and it's like a cooperative for the local community, neighborhood, where the palace is that way. We're within the city walls of Old Suwon Fort. And so, let's talk about this. This is their Haengung, which is the palace name, Dungi. And so this is 750 mils, it's 8,000 won. It is white rice and gyeonggi rice, too. Rice from the province of Gyeonggi, which is a big place. It's 7%, it's takju, so they siphon off. No carbonation, no burping, no artificial sweeteners. And then the shelf life is 30 days. So when was this bottled? 2026, 5/11. So, okay, this would have been bottled like 30-day shelf life. That's like today's date, basically. This is like this morning. This was bottled like today. It's about 1 p.m. So, let's get into this. So, this cooperative place that's open is from 2021. That's when they opened. This poor woman, she brought out this cart. You can see that we have got 2 glasses. And I was like, are you sure? Are you sure we need 2 glasses? And then she's like, oh, sorry. Yeah. I said, oh, and I made a joke. I was like, oh, she can have like some too, right? Like 2 glasses. And she went, oh. I was like, yeah, I know. Anyway.
I like your beer.
You've had my beer?
Yeah, you give me some.
Yeah, like 4 milliliters, yeah.
That's still a lot.
4 milliliters?
Why is that?
4 milli?
Oh. Is it good?
It's a completely serviceable takju. It's good. I don't want to like deride it. Am I like, whoa? No, but it's good.
How is it taste?
It's 7%. It's $8 for 750. Price wise, that's a bit on the pricey side, but again, you're not getting any sweeteners, right? So you are paying for quality, and the shelf life's lower because there's no preservatives, right? So yeah, it's water, rice, which says Korean rice. They mentioned in the pamphlet that it's white rice and gyeonggi variety. And then there's the nuruk and the yeast. Yeah, that's about it. So,
how it like taste?
It tastes boozy. 7% is not that high, but it does taste like there is very much an alcohol burn to it. Maybe it's stronger than that on this batch, than 7, I mean. Unless you're going to be really anal and spend a lot of money, it's hard to get a consistent alcohol percent every batch of makgeolli, especially in a place like this. There's no scientist here with enzymatic levels and measuring, right? I can't imagine they're here. This is very much a mom and pop room that's 6 meters by 7 meters, and they have the fermentation equipment and they're bottling themselves. So yeah, maybe this one was a bit stronger. Let me think about the body though and the mouthfeel. There is a bit of thickness to it, so maybe they put more rice in for some reason, and they're not announcing the proper actual ABV of it, which the government won't like. I don't care, obviously. Unless it was like 11%, it was really strong, then I'd think, okay, now you're doing something. But if this was 8.5 and I can taste it, I don't really care if they mention 7 and it's 8.5. Yeah, when you start to make things that are 12 and you should be charging more at that point. That's not even a government restriction or labeling issue. That's just you wasting money at that point. Again, I'm not blown away, but it is a very serviceable, good takju. Having lived just north of here for a decade, basically, I do like local stuff, and from my house to here on a bus it takes about half an hour, which the local bus too, not that far. Banchan review. Diane, do you want to have a little piece of spinach and you can review the banchan too?
It looks spicy.
Well, let me be the judge of that. Diane, I will eat this part. Okay?
Okay.
But no, the spinach part's not spicy. The red part is though, yeah. The sun's come out. Mom has a day off. I took 2 Saturdays in a row off for my own ends and my own pleasure and joy. So I'm watching Dying this weekend. Mom's off in Seoul somewhere.
This is Makgeolli ice cream.
And so let us know how it tastes. We asked the woman if it's okay for you to eat it, and she said yes. So I'm assuming
it
that
tastes
means
like lemon and milk.
like good lemon or bad milk. Milk, sorry. Because Diane, sour milk's not good.
This is very little bit sour.
Diane, what does very little bit sour mean?
It is very little bit sour.
Very little bit.
Not bad. This is like milk ice cream.
This is what happens when daddy and daughter go out for the day.
This ice cream tastes like your makgeolli.
Why do you know what my makgeolli tastes like?
Because you give me some.
That's some good banchan. Being a cooperative, I imagine this is like local neighborhood stuff that's been fermented in a clay pot somewhere outside the building. And here they talk about how they want to create jobs for locals too. So the woman who served me, she may not even be an employee. She may just come in on Saturdays because she's bored. She lives in the area, and this is part of the co-op, right? They throw her some cash. She cleans tables and brings banchan out. Like, I have no idea. Yeah. There's a nice mouthfeel, but the body's not that heavy, and there's a lot of booziness to it. Again, with prices, like, you know, if you're new to my channel and I say that this costs $8 and you don't have a lot of experience with makgeolli, you may be saying, oh my god, I can get makgeolli at the CU for $1.60. $8? In the grand scheme of makgeolli, $8 is like at the upper edge of middle prices. You haven't touched expensive makgeolli yet, and you certainly haven't touched ultra premium yet. You know, the ultra premium makgeollis, as far as takju goes, with the milkiness to it, some of the ultra premium ones can be 80 or 90,000 won. On the super, this is not getting into Cheongju, but the super high ends of takju, you can spend 80, 90. So 8, you know, is this cheap? No, but this is in the upper end of the middle. Lower, middle, upper. This is in the upper part of the middle.
혹시 막걸리 어떻게 만드세요?
저희 막걸리 같은 경우에는 수원이랑 경기 지역의 쌀을 이용해서 만들고 있고요. 그 막걸리 혹시 만드는 방법이 궁금하신 건가요? 막걸리는 이제 쌀을 깨끗하게 씻어가지고 찜기에 이렇게 찝니다. 그러면 쌀이 이렇게 쪄지는데 그 쪄진 쌀을 갖고 거기다 이제 물이랑 누룩이라고 하는 발효제를 넣어서 같이 잘 섞어주면은 한 3일 정도 지나면 이렇게 뽀글뽀글 거품이 올라오면서 알코올이랑 그 탄산이 생기거든요. 그걸 이제 술마다 차이가 있겠지만 숙성 기간을 거쳐서 그걸 이제 밑에 가라앉은 지게미라고 하는 것들을 걸러내고 다른 통에 옮겨 담으면 그렇게 막걸리가 만들어집니다.
경기미 뭐예요?
경기미가 이제 경기 지역에서 나오는 쌀 해서 그 품종을 사용하고요.
왜 특별해요?
사실 그 술을 빚을 때도 지역 이 농가를 이제 띄워주는 그런 목적으로 많이 사용하기도 하고요. 전통주 같은 경우에는 지역의 쌀을 사용해야 또 맛이 좋다 이렇게 생각하시는 분들도 계셔가지고.
나지. 어떻게 like learning like 막걸리 making like like 술 학원 그
막걸리 만드는 법을 어떻게 배우셨어요?
막걸리를 이렇게 전문적으로 가르치시는 분들도 계시고 아니면은 옛날에는 이제 한국에서는 집집마다 이제 술을 빚었었는데 그게 이제 대대로 전해오면서 그렇게 전수해 가시는 분들도 계십니다. 저 같은 경우에는 교육기관에서 이렇게 배워가지고.
Would I go seeking this out everywhere I went because I was super impressed with it? To be honest, no. But if I'm in Suwon and if I go to Suwon, I'm in this neighborhood. This is the neighborhood in Suwon. Or I'd be glad they come by and pick up a bottle when I was here. It's that good. But you know, if I'm in a restaurant and there's 12 takjus and they're all 8 and they're all the same price, and this was in that range, I could probably find something better for the price that they're charging. And I wouldn't necessarily flock to this. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, again, I'm more of supporting the local businesses. I'm for trying new things, and I'm for taking my money and giving it to places that don't use artificial sweeteners and all that nonsense and bullshit in there. In Quebec recently, there was a big scandal where the maple syrup from a certain pretty big company, a farm I should say, was found to have 50% cane sugar in it. So finding places that do things the right way is always nice, yeah. Maybe they're not using gugnisan rice. Maybe they are scamming me. Maybe I'm just naive. Maybe it's not gyeonggi rice. I'll have to send this to the federal government labs for analysis. Anyway, keep drinking, keep trying new things. Don't be afraid to spend a little bit of money. You know, $8 is not going to break you. Look, if $8 is going to break your finances, you shouldn't be drinking anything at that point. So, anyway, try new things, drink new things, and I'll see you in the next one.